Episode 5 of Abbott Elementary starts with the arrival of a new substitute teacher for Janine's class. Gregory, Barbara, and Melissa begin to gauge how long the substitute teacher will last, given the way they are dressed and approach the students. Gregory thinks the substitute teacher will last long, but the other two don't. They make their bets accordingly. The teacher greets the trio and heads to the class. But within a minute the teacher returns complaining of the sticky doorknobs and funky smells in the room. Gregory is surprised at the quick quitting and the other two share a silent laugh. The bow tie turns out to be a clip-on one. After the opening credits, Jacob and Gregory are making plans for the night. Melissa pitches in on the conversation and asks if they gave her reference at Sabrina's the previous night. Jacob confirms they did, but it was not an easy task. Melissa says that she would usually stay out of her house for long to avoid problems at home. Mr. Jackson is low-key jealous that Jacob and Gregory hang out and don't invite him. Melissa swings by to Janine's class, where a new substitute teacher is teaching. She does not get good vibes from them, especially as they call the job as a temp and says gift certificate instead of teaching certificate. At the school gymnasium, Barbara's church group makes her feel completely like an outsider. They taunted her appearances as well. Sheila is appointed as the lead to sing for Shackles or their church choir. Barbara is disappointed but does not let it show. That night, Jacob and Gregory hit another bar. Gregory is ready to call it a night, but Jacob wants to stay. Jacob comes clean that things are not good between him and his partner Zach for about 7 months now. They are just stuck in their relationship. Gregory says that this impasse might mean that it isn't working out for them now. The next day, Ava finds singing Shackles and feels she was robbed off that solo by her church choir. Ava encourages Barbara to speak up at the next choir practice. Melissa finds the substitute teacher's teaching methods to be unusual as well. She raises the concern with Janine and asks her to look into a teacher named Cassidy Jeffrey. Jacob arrives at school but leaves without saying goodbye to Zach. He meets Gregory and the latter asks if Jacob broke up. Jacob says that he has begun the process of breaking up. He is going to make Zach break up with him by doing things that Zach does not like. Leaving without saying goodbye is Zach's pet peeve, and as Jacob predicted, Zach is fuming in the car. Throughout the day, Jacob proceeds to do things that Zach hates. Gregory warns Jacob that he will feel really bad about his behavior later. But Jacob pays no heed. He says breaking up with Zach will only hurt him, so he is not breaking up with him. Janine calls Melissa to inform that she did not find anyone by the name of Cassidy Jeffrey. At the choir practice, Sister Sloss comments on Barbara's ear piercing. Barbara tells that she would like to be considered for Shackles. She is asked to sing Oh Happy Day instead and is cut off after just one line. Ava notices all of this from the side and rushes to Barbara's aid. Barbara cuts in and tells Ava that the choir ladies have made up their mind and it won't change. Jacob continues to do things that will annoy Zach. Janine arrives at the school. She and Melissa go up to the substitute teacher. Turns out it isn't Jeffrey, but it is Jeffrey. Jacob receives a text from Zach saying they need to talk. Zach arrives in the class shortly after. Jacob and Zach begin talking. Zach offers to go to couples counseling, but Jacob chimes in that they should break up. Zach says that he is glad that Jacob was upfront about it. Jacob says that he has been trying to get Zach to break up with him. Zach is shocked and angered to find this out. He is overcome with rage. Jacob regrets his actions immediately. Barbara visits Ava to take the keys for the school gym. Ava says she will not be around because she does not like the women talk Barbara down. Barbara says that her being a little modern and outgoing that the rest does not sit well with the Orthodox group. But she takes part in the choir nonetheless because she feels closest to God when she is singing. Ava quotes from the scripture and shocks Barbara. In the teacher's break room, Gregory asks Jacob how he is doing after breaking up with Zach. Zach turned out to be the vengeful kind. He ruined all of Jacob's sweaters, and Jacob will also have to find new accommodation soon. Gregory offers to take Jacob to Rubinstein's that night. They could also ask Janine to join them. Janine informs Melissa that she apologized to the substitute teacher. But the teacher would be filing a complaint with the school district. Melissa apologizes to Janine for getting her involved. She is not sure why she acted that way. Janine says maybe Melissa misses their banter, but Melissa says it is probably because she is bored. Ava asks Barbara if she spoke to the church group about why the song is important to her. Barbara did speak, but the church choir group paid no heed. Ava surprises Barbara with a surprise recital. Barbara sings out not one but many songs. Ava has to not so discreetly get her off the stage as the episode comes to a conclusion. The episode review. This episode definitely told us what not to do when you want to break up with someone. It is always good to talk things out no matter how difficult they are. This was quite an episode of lessons and learnings, if one is honest. Barbara stood up to her choir group, and the unlikely friendship that developed between Ava and Barbara was nothing short of a miracle.